text. While reading the text, ask them to fill in some diagrams to map out the information. Through these diagrams, they will see the relationship among ideas in the text. The teacher can also raise questions based on the diagrams.
Give examples of living things. Venice?
Plants, animals, and man.
Okay, what about non-living things? Let's see. Alex?
Water, soil, and wind.
Okay, now, look at the diagram. Okay, so from this diagram, okay, what are the plant-eating animals or herbivores? Let's see, Lloyd.
Cows, rabbits, and grasshoppers.
Okay, now what about the first-order carnivores? Any idea? J.O.?
The snakes, the birds, and the foxes.
Okay, and then from this diagram also, okay, what do the decomposers feed on? Let's see. Marv?
From the diagram, the decomposers feed on producers and consumers.
The teacher and students analyze the text through a diagram, a technique which is very effective strategy that can be used in scientific texts as well as other technical texts that lend themselves to the use of graphic organizers. Another method that can be adopted while reading the text is the use of discourse analysis. In this particular text, the rhetorical structuring is one of definition and classification. The teacher can give this useful exercise in defining concept given in the text. The formal definition is term equals class plus characteristics or function. Definitions are given by giving the class the characteristics or functions of the term. For example, consumers are organisms which feed on producers. Another one is herbivores are organisms which feed on plants.
Okay, class. Wiko, can you give the definition of food chain?
The food chain is a process that shows how living and non-living things depend on one another for food.
Okay, so from that definition, what is the term?
Food chain.
Okay, food chain. What about the class?
The food chain is a process.
Okay, very good. The food chain is a process. Now, what is its function or characteristic?
It shows how living and non-living things depend on each other for food.
Okay, very good. Sit down.
Wasn't that interesting? What you will see next that will be flashed on the screen is a set of statements with blanks that need to be filled in by students. Let's go back then to the classroom and see how the teacher conducts the exercise.
Let's do another activity for definition. Yeah. I will give you the word that you just read from the text, and you will have to fill up the blanks using the formula for definition. Now, what is that formula? Again, the term is equal to class plus characteristic or function. Okay. Now, copy these words, okay, and then answer it. Fill up the blanks. So number 1, ecosystem. Number 2, producers. Number 3, heterotrophic. So again, term is equal to class plus characteristic or function. Okay. Difficult? Are you through? Are you all through? Okay, so who can read the answers aloud? Number 1, ecosystem. Lloyd.
Ecosystem is an interacting unit or system consisting of groups of organisms in their non-living or physical environment. Examples are plants, animals, water, etc.
Okay, what about producers? Kit.
Producers are green plants whose function is to make energy-rich compounds through the process of photosynthesis. Green plants are the example.
Green plants are the example. Heterotrophic. Marv.
Heterotrophic organisms are consumers which feed on producers. Examples are animals like horses, cows, etc.
Giving definitions is only one type of rhetorical device. Other types that you may encounter in content areas are descriptions, comparison and contrast, and cause and effect.
Kit, would you like to look outside and describe what you see?
Yes, it is a tree that has a lot of leaves, branches, and twigs. It also provides shade for travelers. It prevents floods and erosion and contributes oxygen for a healthy environment.
Okay, very good.
What the student has done is a static description. He gave the parts and functions of a tree. Static description is used for people, places, or things. We shall take up another kind of description after this break. Stay tuned.